Welcome to Morning Star, Chris and Norma Ferguson's farm here in Matopo, Zimbabwe. This is the farm American Foundation for Children with AIDS is partnering with to set up one of their goat multiplication centers to start one of their goat projects here in the surrounding community. I've been in Zimbabwe for almost a month, and I want to give you an update on how the project is going so far. There have been some obstacles and setbacks along the way, but the project is moving forward, and it's so great to see the progress. There was a wildfire here in September that burned part of the farm. It was one of the worst they've dealt with here at Morning Star. Burned part of the pastures, fencing, and some of the piping for the well. So before they could start building the goat shelter, they had to rebuild and mend the fences and redo some of the piping. Before I arrived, the foundation was poured for the new shelter, and the roof and most of the walls were up. Since I got here in November, the interior gates used to divide the stalls have been made and the exterior gates have been hung. We have some goats in our herd that can jump fences that are about as tall as I am, so we've had to use fencing to extend our pallet walls to the ceiling of the shelter so that it prevents them from jumping from stall to stall throughout the night. The fence is now up around the shelter, creating a paddock that will soon be split into sections to allow us to divide the herd into groups when they're not out grazing. Since the project is being set up at Chris and Norma's farm, the first goats to be a part of the program were the goats from the small herd they already had here. The herd includes Rose, who is the mother of our young buck, Sheila, who is one of the goats that can jump fences and is the mother of Sandy, another goat who can jump fences, Clara, who is the goat we are currently milking and is the mother of Callie and Clink, who were born in August, Coffee, who is the first kid born on the farm last year, Rupert, our young buck, and Piglet, who should be having her first kids any day. We are working with people in the community to find goats to purchase for the program. About 2 weeks ago, we went to a local farm to get our first additions. We ended up buying 4 female goats to add to our herd. Blythe, who is the boss of the 4 goats we bought. Trio, who is tricolored and can make noises loud enough for 3 goats. Mango, who quickly became the most comfortable with us. And Oreo, who used to get bullied in the last herd but is doing well here. Because of the terrible drought here this year and parasites, the goats looked a little scruffy and thin when we first got them. They were also scared of people as they were not used to being handled. We kept them separate from our herd while we gave them their vaccines and dewormed them. They are now with the rest of our herd, bringing our total up to 11 females, 1 young buck, and Clink, who will be staying at the farm as Rupert's buddy. Soon there will be even more added to the herd. We're working with leaders in the community to help us identify children and families affected by AIDS to be a part of the program. Once the families are identified, we'll start the training process. Unfortunately, last week one of those leaders passed away unexpectedly, so we're waiting for another leader to be appointed so we can move forward. Thank you so much for your support in making this project possible. We couldn't do it without people like you. Please continue to pray for us as we're moving forward and expanding the project. We will be posting updates on Facebook, on Chris and Norma's blog at greenislandvision.org, and on American Foundation for Children with AIDS website at afcaids.org. Thanks!